Alright, I'm going to show you a video here of how to post-process raw GPS data. So I'm not going to show on this video how to copy these over from the data collector. You should know that, or your instructor or supervisor, party chief could show you, or I can show that in another maybe YouTube or Instagram video. TO2 comes from the R10, TO4 comes from the R12I. So this is the base station data that's logging. These are rover occupation files. So I'm going to bring those in. I got TBC open, Trimble Business Center. I'm not going to show you settings. You're going to have to create your own settings based on your region, what you want. I could do a different video for my local Sonoma Marin County, Bay Area. That's another time. So I'm going to drop these files in. You just drag and drop. Give it a second. Okay, so now we got our points in here. Looks good. So what we're going to do here is, looks like we got an hour and 35 minutes on this one, and this was 23 minutes on that one. So this is not long enough to send to RTX. I didn't get to that yet, but that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to leave that checked just to see what happens. So I'm going to import this data here. Okay, so that shows you your vectors. These blue things are your vectors. They're called baselines from your base station. So the base automatically comes in as a control quality. I'm going to change it to unknown quality. I'm not going to go over those details on what those mean right now, but I need to change those because I'm going to post-process this, and so I want number one to move. I don't want number one to stay. I want it to move to where it's supposed to go, because this was an autonomous shot. Not going to go over that, sorry. So that just means that doesn't have a solution that's actually on the right projection, in the right spot where it's supposed to go. So now, interestingly enough, let's see here, go to survey. Let's see if we can have a long enough occupation. Okay, good. So we do have it long enough. RTX, I think it wants a little more than an hour to send to RTX. So normally I don't do it this way. I usually use the core station, but like I said, interestingly enough, the government is shut down, so we don't have OPIS data from the National Oceanic Administration, which is a government organization. And since another interesting thing is the core stations seem to be down, because I think a lot of that core's data is stored on a government website, so even TBC can't communicate with that website. TBC, when you post-process, you go to internet download, and you could pull the course data, and that data comes from this online resource. It's automatically linked. You just download the data, the core stations you want, but it doesn't work right now, so we're going to send to RTX post-processing. We're going to hit the send button. Okay, and then in the background it goes to process view. And also just a note too, so RTX will give you it'll give you lat long and then an ellipsoid height, and that's all you really need to get on NAVD88. The ellipsoid height is based on GRS80, and then to get on the NAVD88, you can use another NGS program to calculate where you're at on the datum, NAVD88 datum, and then geoid. But we have our settings in here already how we need them. We got it on geoid 18, net 83, so that's already going to put it on the right vertical datum we want. So I'm going to import this here. Okay, and so here it shows you here's my RTX coordinate there, and so so then yeah, there it goes. So it looks like it automatically came in. Didn't have to merge points or anything. So, and I can double check this to make sure it actually updated. Here's your coordinates here, and I can go to my raw file here. So here's my raw coordinates, 42.63. So you can see it did move. Easting 92026, 96. So it usually moves about 8 feet. That's what I've seen. Then vertical. Actually, the vertical was pretty close. That's pretty interesting. Elevation was 293.84, and this came down about 6/7 tenths, 293.187. Okay. So there you go. This would be your height above the ellipsoid, and then this is your geoid height here. Okay. So this whole day in the field here, we all did all GPS data. So there's no total station stuff I have to bring in with my JXL. I would bring in the JXL if I was doing that. So now I have process baselines. Let it go for a little bit. You can fast forward this video. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. So here we go. We got fixed pretty much on everything, which looks really good. The processing results. You got your root mean square. That means you got good data. 90% confidence level. Vertical precision. Same here. 90% confidence level. Pretty good data. 1 to 3, a little iffy, but that's all right. So we can save that, and that's pretty much it. You know, if you do an adjusted network, I don't think it's gonna do much, because there's no redundant measurements, so you can't adjust the network. I can show that on a different video. That just performs a least squares adjustment. So that's it. That's how to post process your data with using RTX. Thank you.